Alright folks, GV Update 1.19 has arrived and I'm here to tell you all about it. First things first, snow hasn't arrived? Well, actually, like last year, there's another live event. I'm recording this part of the video and probably a few other parts prior to the live event, but since you're going to be watching this after it happens, here's the aftermath.
Alright, I didn't really dress up for the occasion, but it's here!
Go.
We barely made it!
Woo!
Oh my god!
Yo!
Okay, let's get into my favorite thing added in this update, not even a question, the new Greenville Junction building. Now, why do I like the new Greenville Junction building so much? The stores are far more detailed now. There's a redone Verizon part of the building, which I'll get into in a second, but first, we've got to go to the best part, the all-new Heenerg store. Aside from knowing Heen, this building is actually really sick. From the outside, it's sort of decked out in some Heenerg colored lightning on the windows. There's a cool Heenerg sign above the door. Then coming inside, it just feels natural, I guess. I don't know, this just seems like a place to come and chill at in roleplays, and I hope a lot of people end up running this place. I know I want to. So we've got a lounge area right here to just chill at. Then on this side, there's two tables to sit at. On the wall, it's got some quotes like involved and make today so awesome, yesterday gets jealous. Underneath that, there's live the life you've imagined, positive vibes only, and do whatever makes you happy. I wonder where Heen got his inspiration for this building. Here's the menu, $3 for tea with all of the flavors listed, $4 for coffee, and of course $5 for the infamous Heenerg energy drink. Speaking of the infamous Heenerg energy drink, right here in front of the counter is my favorite part of the building, the drinks themselves. I actually made the texture for the bottle and the can about a year ago maybe, and to see them in the game is epic. Well, actually no, it's been over a year. Anyway, these cans were initially in the daycare vending machines prior to revamp release. However, before the revamp was released, they were removed. Now they're housed in the official Heenerg store. Here it just says Heenerg Nutrition Greenville. Then over here, there's a weight scale that actually works. Just stand on it for a second, and it'll tell you a random weight number. Just don't be alarmed though if your weight goes down by about 60 pounds within a matter of seconds. It'll be okay. Then over here, you've got a pretty cool soda fountain with some cups next to it. And at the back of the building, there's a restroom and some storage shelves next to it with a Rubik's Cube. Then the door to exit the building. Overall, a super cool building, and I'm excited for what people will use this place for. Just awesome seeing the Heenerg bottle / can being put to use. Next up is a remodel of the old Verizon store, aka Verwire. I believe up until now it's gone unchanged since it was added on revamp release, and wow, this is looking a lot better now. Inside there's new wood floor textures and a lot of different devices. There's these phones, hair packs, pair iPads, more phones, shelves with boxes full of, well, probably more phones, some Pairphone Pluses on display behind the front desk, which just has the cash register at it. Then on this side of the store, there's two more phone types, doors, and noodles. Finally, there's a back room with some office space, and that pretty much covers the entirety of the Greenville Junction remodel. Next is the new Quick Dollar building that was added a while ago now, just in an under construction phase. Now, it's complete. Most people were speculating that this building was going to be some sort of epic new phone store or something, but I thought that prediction was a bit odd considering Verwire already exists, and the pair store that was teased over a year and a half ago looks really nothing like this. The building looks quite nice though. fills in the empty space on this side of the Just Buy parking lot. Inside, you got a bunch of stuff to purchase, which all cost $1, not $2. $1. Honestly, looks like bulk in here on a bigger scale. There's no interactive job for this building yet, however, it's planned. I'd assume the job will be similar to the bulk cashier job, just with everything being $1. Alright, next is house customization. No, this hasn't turned into Bloxburg where you can literally build your house from scratch and add furniture, but that would be pretty cool. Up in the house options menu, you may notice that the unclaimed button is gone, and now in its place there's a new button. That is for house options. It brings up this screen where you can manage nearly everything with the house. You can now change wall colors, exterior colors that is. By default, houses still spawn with their shown non-claimed color, however once claimed you're able to choose from these 16 different colors. You're also able to change the roof color, or were able to for a short period of time anyway. After winter hit, all houses' roofs got covered in snow, so yeah, it just tells you that if you attempt to change it. Once we're back in spring though, it'll definitely be pretty nice to have. The final new house setting is roommates. Just type in their username and it'll put them in this list here. Nobody else is in this server though, so yeah. Roommates are able to control the house lock button and garage door, however, only from a near distance away. Pretty neat. For sure gonna be pretty useful for roleplays and whatnot. Time for the miscellaneous updates. There's now ragdoll animations, so if you jump out of a car traveling at over 10 miles an hour, that'll happen. And also if you get hit, and also if you reset. Only in private servers, by the way. Along with ragdolls, there's now a new option in settings to enable/disable ragdoll physics. They added 75 new rims to the rim shop. A lot more to choose from now. Some pretty good ones I may add as well. They added 5 more car slots for more storage Game Pass owners again. That'll last me at least 10 more minutes. For real though, that's pretty helpful because I already got way too close to the cap that was before this update. There's now true animations for pop-up and down headlights. Pop-up and down headlights. The time command in private servers has returned. This is very much appreciated and is extremely helpful for a lot of things. The reason it was disabled in the first place was due to the mail carrier job only being able to be used during the daytime. If you try to use the time command for the first time in a server, it'll give you a warning telling you that it'll cut all earnings from the mail team in half for the rest of the server. Handcuffs now work on players on the criminal team. Just walk up to them and you're able to arrest them by holding E. Then you can carry them around, and once you're done, just hit the release button and they're free once again. This is also a feature that only works in private servers. People on emergency services teams now have a new road flare tool for better scene visibility. Placing and picking it back up is similar to the cone system. Snowfalls are randomized every 4 minutes. Cars now get snowy instead of dirty. There's new particles for pop tires. There's some new crash sounds as I will now demonstrate. And that's not a new crash sound. There is more crash sounds. Okay, for real now. This is gonna be a new crash sound. It has to be. There we go! Claimed houses have Christmas decor. More than there was last year. Check it out. The lake also has some Christmas decor, including quite a big Christmas tree, pretty much right smack dab in the middle. Sport mode now exists on mobile. There's new dealership music and a new title screen song. And the loading screen has some new messages, like this one. Igloo building planned for 2029. I'll write that down for, let me see here, 8 years from now? We'll see. Cars! Seemingly what a lot of people look forward to the most in updates, and now I'm going to go over some of them in the dealership. If I skip some cars, it's because I'll be going over them more in depth later. Or maybe if I don't, it's because I really did forget. Remodeled cars include the 2006 and now 2009 Lexus RX, the 2012, 2018, and 2022 Tesla Model S's, the 2012 and 2015 Hyundai Elantras, the 2019 Ford Fusion, probably one of the most requested cars to be remodeled, the 2021 Acura RDX, and the 2021 Toyota RAV4. As for completely new cars, there's the 2011 and 2019 Nissan 370Zs, the 2012 Nissan Altima Coupe, 2013 and 2017 Ford Focus sedans, the 2014 Acura TL, the 2015 Honda Civic sedan, the 2018 Ford EcoSport, the 2020 Nissan Sentra, the 2021 Audi Q7 and RS Q8, the 2021 Dodge Durango Sheriff, the 2021 Honda Civic Coupe, 2021 Mercedes GLS 63, 2021 Toyota Century, 2022 Audi RS3 Sedan and Sportback and A3 Sedan and Sportback, 2022 Genesis G70 and GV70, the 2022 Land Rover Range Rover, 2022 Hyundai Sonata, and the 2022 Toyota Corolla Cross. Okay, now it's time for the first car in this update that I'll be going over in depth, the 1988 Avanta Zeta. This is a fictional car that is taking the place of the now off-sale 1992 Okara 300 RS, also fictional. There's 3 different variants, the Coupe, Sedan, and Space Wagon, all with one trim. Here's how the Zeta Coupe looks spawned out. Absolutely an awesome fictional car. Avant has been making fictional cars for quite some time now, it seems. I gotta say, this is probably the most convincing fictional car I've ever seen. Honestly, if you told me this is a real car from some obscure company in the 80s, I'd probably believe you. Now let's hear how it sounds. The next car is a remodeled one, the 2007, previously 2001 Ford Crown Victoria. This car has been used for a lot of different things, so all of those have been remodeled as well. For example, the Fire and Rescue, Metro Police, Security, Sheriff, WSP, Taxi, and normal civilian variants, plus a new Mercury Grand Marquis and Marauder with a Lincoln Town Car planned as well for the future. Here are the specs on the Marauder. Here's how the Marauder looks spawned out. Pretty mean looking. Here's how it sounds. Next is the 2022 BMW M2. There's one trim, the competition. Here's the specs. Here's how it looks up close. We now have my 2 favorite modern BMWs in game. This thing and the new X3 M40i from the last major update. I actually bought a normal 2 Series in a very similar color to this, basically mimicking the car almost half a year ago now. Sort of funny though that so many people in GV call the normal 2 Series an M2, even though it's not. Now the real M2 is here. Let's hear it. Next, we've got a car awaited by many, the Audi RS6 Avant. There's 2 trims, the silver optic and the carbon optic. Both trim specs are the same. Here's how the carbon optic trim looks up close. A lot of people raged when this car didn't come in the previous few updates because it was announced, completed, and the normal A6s made it into the game. I believe it's being saved for this update. This update seems to be silently the performance cars update that was previously mentioned to be happening by a contributor, seemingly mainly including German performance cars. The car is finally here though, along with many other awaited cars like it. Here's how it sounds. Got the sequential turn signals, of course. Next up is the new 2021 BMW M4 and M3, 2 cars that are found ugly by very many. Both have 2 trims, the competition rear-wheel drive and the competition all-wheel drive. Here's the specs on the M3, same specs across the board with all trims, M4 trims included. Here's how it looks up close. This is the rear-wheel drive trim, if that matters. Here's how it sounds. And lastly is the 2022 Honda Civic Sedan. In my opinion, the better looking of the two new Civic designs, this and the hatchback. Funnily enough, the opposite of what I thought of the previous generation. The trims include the LX, the EX, the Sport, the Touring, and the SI. Here are the specs for the SI trim. Here's how the SI trim looks up close. I myself actually like this car quite a bit, honestly. Many people say the new Civic design is too toned down, boring, looks too much like a Jetta, whatever. Looks pretty nice to me. Better than the last generation. Sedan to sedan anyway. One of the only recent vehicles that have been revealed that I liked right off the bat. Here's how it sounds. And just like that, this update review is done. New Heenerg store is really epic, the time command returning is so helpful, there were a lot of cool cars, and winter is back once again. Having winter back is going to be pretty awesome, quite a few cool things that come with it, including probably the people from last year that were initially begging for the winter update, then a few weeks later got mad that it wasn't removed yet. If you want, let me know your favorite part of the update in the comments. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, see ya.